Okay, I think we are live. Thankfully, it is. It's been some time. I don't even know if you can hear me properly. I
If you're not
just
sure what
don't
to do
want to.
next, how about I take you on a walk?
I just really don't want to talk too loud today. And why can't I put this thing? Never mind. If you don't want to go there, then don't. No one's pushing you, okay? I'm trying to look for my live because I want to put the comments there so that at least if there's someone who wants to comment something, they can, you know, just type it in there.
The evening breeze is like a melody.
What are you talking about?
The evening breeze is like a melody.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Even if an antique is priceless,
The evening
the
breeze
happiness
is
it
like a
brings
melody.
lasts for only the moment that you obtain it.
Huh? What are you talking about?
The evening breeze is like a melody.
Huh? What are you talking about?
The evening breeze is like a melody.
In a trade war, the perfect hunter leaves no trace.
Huh? What are you talking about?
evening breeze is like a melody.
We should look for a new investment. Mora doesn't grow on trees.
Huh? What are you talking about?
The evening breeze is like a melody.
to the chase! We have put... If you ever... Don't blink!
Give up. You wait.
Speed of light! Everyone hold hands! Don't blink! Hey! Yeah! Cut to the chase! Speed of light! Who is what?
I swear by my sword.
everything! Don't blink! Speed of light! Incoming! Hey!
Well, since you asked so nicely. Right here.
Everyone hold hands!
With sword comes shadow.
This might hurt a little.
Hey! Right now. Right here.
Speed of light!
I'll be back.
How heartless!
I'll be back.
Hey! Nowhere to hide.
Where do you think you're...
Right now. Right here. Emerge.
I'll be back. I'll be back.
are not welcome here.
Speed of light! Ha!
Happy to oblige.
Right now. Emerge.
Incoming!
That's close enough.
Yeah!
Right now. Right here.
an adventure.
Oh, so that's how it is. Thanks for the suggestions, Mr. Zhongli. I have them all noted down.
I've long heard that your knowledge encompasses all things old and new, Mr. Zhongli, but I never knew that you were well versed in the art of cooking, too. It is truly an honor to make your acquaintance.
No need for formalities. I too feel humbled to be in the company of such talented young people. There are many things I could learn from you.
Oh, you flatter us. If it's possible, may I trouble you to provide a few words of guidance for my practices in exorcism?
Exorcism? I can't say I'm an expert in the field, but if you don't mind, we could start by discussing...
Whoa, there's so many people here. All we knew was that Hotel invited Zhongli over. Paimon never thought we'd be meeting so many old friends. Happy Lantern Rite, everyone!
Likewise. Please take a seat.
Happy Lantern Rite! Are you having fun? Me too. I've seen Xinyan perform before, but this is the first time I've watched something like this. I heard that the audience loved it too, and she's been receiving quite a lot of performance invitations lately. She's more busy than ever, and Yoonjin's gonna help her.
Yep, and they asked us to pass on their season's greetings to everyone. They hope we'll have a wonderful gathering.
The performance was spectacular indeed. However, it gave Xiangling a huge burst of inspiration, which in turn gave us a bit of a headache.
Us? Did Xiangling ask you to try out her dishes too?
That, my friend, is beside the point. Watching you eat was enough for me. Come to think of it, I probably shouldn't have burdened Chongyun with eating my share too.
Hold on, Xiangling came up with a new recipe? Let Paimon try! See, someone here knows how to encourage people. Oh, and I have to thank Mr. Zhongli too. He gave me lots of useful pointers that... Oh, so that's what you were talking about before...
Yes. Since we'll be dining together, the topic of our conversation naturally... Xiangling's ideas are truly unconventional. Her choices in both ingredients and spices are comparable to a melody. My suggestions were nothing more than the icing on the cake.
Oh, the two of you always deliver. Now I'm getting embarrassed. Anyway, I'll get everyone to have a taste after I've adjusted the recipe based on...
That sounds like it might become a little safer to...
How about I sample the dishes next?
Speaking of eating, Paimon feels like we're... Oh, Huta was the one who invited us, but she's not... Oh, Guoba volunteered to help Dad at the restaurant. You know, lots of people come over to eat during Lantern Rite. Without Guoba helping out, I probably wouldn't... As for Huta...
The director went to collect a guest. She asked me to stay here and host. Seems like it's almost time.
Huh? Huta went to fetch someone in person? Oh, that... Could it be... Kuching? Ningguang?
She didn't clarify. And as her subordinate, I couldn't just pry into the
Ta-da! We're here! Oh, we're not late to the party, right? Right? Good thing the Conqueror of Demons and I are both as swift as the wind. And whoosh, we made it just in time.
Oh, I see. So the important guest is the conqueror of demons. The director didn't mention anything when she invited us. What a pleasant surprise. Gathered here with us tonight are not only young and accomplished individuals. To convene here with all of you is indeed...
It's almost lantern right. Yet you took all the trouble coming here.
The director has a way of making it...
Rex Lapis. May I ask?
The director asked me to buy sesame oil in preparation for...
Then why would you come on?
I had a pleasant chat with Chef Yenchao and received some spices from him. And?
What about the sesame oil?
It's a shame.
I'm sure you're exaggerating, Jean... Sir.
There he goes again. Enough with the... Everyone here today is well known in their own field and has probably heard about one another to some extent. I heard that the Conqueror of Demons and the Traveler... Great!
You should take a seat too, Director.
Oh, finally, when we arrived just now, the host at Shinue Kiosk told me our dishes are almost ready. Perfect timing. Let's not wait any longer and ask them to bring out the food.
Paimon would have never guessed the person who Tao went to fetch with.
Oh, that's also the first I've heard of the Traveler and Paimon be...
You know Xiao Chu?
Knowing is a bit of an overstatement. I've always looked up to him. You might not know this, Paimon, but we exorcists have worked in close collaboration with the Conqueror of Demons for many generations. Dispelling evil together, both in the open. Hard to imagine that thanks to Hu Tao, I've finally gotten the chance to meet him.
Likewise.
It is a great honor indeed to have a chance to meet the legendary Conqueror of Demons. Changyun has brought that. I remember you mentioning wanting him to understand the important...
We know each other too. He helped try my dishes during the Masterful Chef's cook-off. I didn't think we'd have the chance to meet again.
No anecdote, however, compares to meeting you in person. I'm Xingqiu, Shangling and...
Whoa, everyone's getting all formal and polite all of a sudden. Adeptus Xiao, mighty conqueror of demons. Please accept... Paimon tried very hard to look for a fancy word, okay? Don't be too harsh.
There's no need to be so polite.
You're right. This was meant to be a nice little get-together between friends after all. I didn't plan this gathering only for everyone to walk on eggshells.
What's your true intent?
A little get-together between friends, sipping the finest tea and watching lanterns float into the sky. And that is something our consultant would say. I think...
Indeed. Exceptional acting skill.
As for me, I'm just here to have fun and treat everyone to something good. We all worked really hard this year. Whether traveling or cooking, helping with the family business, exorcising evil spirits, and of course, our consultant, who's been helping out at the... Everyone has done some pretty amazing things. As the one who brought everyone together, it goes without saying that I'm the one most...
Sounds kind of self-important, but... Paimon thinks it's pretty amazing that she
It wasn't as complicated as you think.
Okay, gotcha. Thanks, boss lady.
It's not boss lady, just boss. And there she goes. What a lively girl.
Conqueror of demons, Adeptus Shao. Guardian of Wangshu Inn. Hero of Deep. I know you're there.
Quiet. Do not.
Sorry, but you wouldn't show up if I didn't yell.
I know you. You're the 77th director of Wangshu. Is there something you need?
That does sound like one of Hu Tao's antics.
Did the Conqueror of Demons agree to come so that Hu Tao would stop pestering him?
There might be other reasons.
Huh? It gets pretty boring from here on. I talked about the funeral parlor's past relationships.
In the time of the Archon War, disputes were frequent, and disaster overtook the land. The Adepti vanquished the demons, the Millelith fought valiantly, and Wang Sheng Funeral Parlor was responsible for purifying the diseased and sending off the spirits of the dead. That is how the border between life and death was maintained during the war. And it effectively prevented further
That's right. 1 point for the consultant. But despite our deep-rooted connection, it still took me quite a while to actually, know him pretty well, huh?
This matter is out of my control, so I need to be cautious.
True, but I've kept that in mind too. That's why everyone here today is in one way or another. Besides, it'll only be for a short while as we dine together. There won't...
But I didn't expect there to be so...
There's no need to worry, Conqueror of Demons. We're not feeling anything unusual so far. Our young exorcist over here is protected by his pure yang energy.
That's not the same. And did you just toss your carrots into my bowl?
Huh? What?
I'm siding with Chongyun. I saw... You're lucky Guoba isn't here today. He hates seeing people being picky with their food. If he'd...
Huh? Guoba would do that? Is he that But now that I think of it, Xiangling...
It sounds like you...
I'm doing fine. Not long ago, before Lantern Rite, thanks to his help, things have been a lot more stable than before.
Right! Wait, what?
Seeds of story.
And cultivated by time. Did Paimon just unconsciously complete that voice? Could it be?
If I'm not mistaken, there's... don't just sit there, Zhongli. No such need. You finally let me in. Hello, hello. No matter if we've met before or not, this moment marks a brand new encounter. Old friends and new. Happy Lantern Rite.
Oh, it's the...
Oh, he seems to carry a valiant breeze wherever he goes. Fate has brought us together, so come on, take a seat and be my guest. This young lady here is as bright as a fresh bouquet of flowers in the morning's rising sun. She no doubt is the one with the most... Whoa, these dishes look amazing. Is it really okay for me to join in? All right, I'm digging in.
Huh, it's you.
Oh, isn't this Genu? Genu? Yep. Now that I've taken a closer look, you're a fan of Genu's works. I met Xingqiu at a light novel convention. How I wish we'd met. I never expected that there'd be another person in this world who could interpret Genu's new novel as thoroughly as I...
Venti, you're being too humble. Considering your poetic talent, you're
Could this new guest be Master Xingqiu's friend?
Yeah! Xiao, you remember me too, right?
We had a chat not long ago.
Yes. Monsters become more active than usual as we get closer to Lantern. I was patrolling Dihua Marsh a few days ago, when I happened to...
You've already forgotten? And bards go around singing wherever...
Oh, right. And this bard was performing. It was a moving melody. And it made me feel relaxed and at ease.
Thank you for your patronage.
I understand now too. I'm Zhongli, currently working at the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
And I'm his boss. Oh, and if there's anything
That's very considerate.
Oh? No wonder. Only a boss as savvy and reliable as you would be able to hire such an...
Oh, you're not to brag, but our consultant truly is impressive. His knowledge extends across this. From the sophisticated way he speaks, it's hard not to suspect that he could very well be an adeptus in... Shao, you're an adeptus.
Sorry. I'm only good at conquering demons. I'm afraid I don't have much knowledge.
Really? But Paimon thinks you're super knowledgeable. Huh? Xiao's a warrior. He doesn't come to the city very often, so it's, pretty normal for him to not know anything. Yeah.
Real. I've actually heard a few things about Mr. Zhongli before. The guests in the tavern talked about this refined and courteous man who, instead of having wine at Mondstadt's finest tavern, ordered a cup of hot tea with the most complex name.
Now that you mention it, I seem to recall that there indeed is a musician like... I've heard that he's elegant and amiable, his works witty and vibrant. It's no overstatement.
Now you're making me embarrassed. I would say that Mondstadt's poetry is a little run-of-the-mill. There's one I heard a while back that went, The old house is renewed, welcoming the spring breeze, awakening old memories. The meaning's there, but the word choices are unimaginative, and there's a distinct lack of literary flair.
I think so too. The composition needs a... If I were to give it a go, I'd make an old melon on a vine, a new flower that grows fine.
Oh, good one! It feels unique and has a nice ring.
You have great taste, Venti.
Of course.
Hey, Shinjo! Mind lending me a few books when we get back? I don't know if it's my own lack of literary knowledge, but
I don't think it's your fault.
Changyun's right. It's not our fault.
Oh, you have a point. But speaking of, why is the tone-deaf bard here? Are you here to take part in Lantern?
I heard that Liua will be hosting a Lantern Rite music festival this year. As a musician myself, getting to know other musical styles is essential to sparking inspiration, don't you think? As for the Fontaine friend who hosted the festival, I saw him near Stone Gate the other day. The Iridescence tour has finally been held successfully for once, so I had to congratulate him. Don't think anything of it. By the way, I was watching as you entered Shinyue Kiosk. Should I say that it's because I'm an expert in hiding, or that a certain someone deliberately ignored the sound of the wind?
Whenever Lantern Rite comes around, Liua Harbor becomes bustling with activity. People are all busy watching the lanterns and strolling around the shops, and they might just go travel somewhere on a whim. The festival is in full swing and proceeding smoothly, and we're all gathered here with friends, new and old. This is no doubt to come together with all of you at the beginning of the year. In a moment like this, I propose we raise...
Very well said, Mr. Zhongli. Now I'm getting a little self-conscious. I didn't cause you to... We usually drink wine during occasions like this over in Mondstadt, but since Mr. Zhongli insists on drinking tea...
You're welcome. As the host of this gathering, I hope, considering that everyone may have other matters to attend to later, sticking to tea seems like a good idea.
All of a sudden, they started proposing toasts!
What's with the urgency?
Have you two finished eating? It's always nice to have a breath of fresh air.
Paimon will come too. Yeah? Okay then. Don't forget to come back.
Are you alright? It's hard to describe. It's not. There were those among the Adepti who loved gatherings and idle chit-chat. Sometimes they would call up a few others for a drink. The Adepti all have their specialties, making most of them proud and arrogant. Everything they say is straight from the heart, but this time... No. So you know his true identity. The Animo Archon is a free spirit, and his temperament is as carefree as the music he plays on the flute. It's easy for a god like him to live in harmony, and that's something I might never be able to do. That does sound... No matter. I know my circumstances. Whenever I think of the ordinary conversations I've had with you, it feels... Yes, the parlor director went out of her way with the invitation, so it was difficult to turn her down. She told me that all the guests today would be acquainted with elemental power, but I didn't expect the other guests to be... General Capisis always said that we should live in the present and enjoy every pleasant surprise, but I think he meant designing clothes for those around him. The clothes were intricately designed, but inconvenient to wear. Brother Bosacius never tried to hide his distaste, and Rex Lapis did like his designs and even collected quite a few. The outfit he wears now was also designed by General... I never saw him wear this during the war. I didn't
Oh, here you are. I'm not intruding, right?
You're not. What is it?
Hutao saw that everyone's done eating and asked the staff to bring... Paimon got so anxious that you weren't back yet that she scarfed down her dessert without the usual slurping and munching. And to be honest, You looked a little restless just now, and
You're worrying too much. Why would I? Anyway...
please, there's another reason why I came looking... Here, take these.
Almond tofu?
Yup. Since the Masterful Chef's competition, you could say that Yan Xiao and I are not only competitors, but good friends. I heard him say that the esteemed guest on the roof loves nothing more than a good plate of almond tofu. So, I'll be honest, before Hutao invited everyone, she secretly came looking for me, told me about the guest she planned to invite. So I made a few servings of... When I told Guoba that I was making these for you, he started eagerly running around the kitchen and helping a lot too.
Thank you for the trouble. There was no... I'll take them.
You're welcome. Oh, the almond tofu I made probably tastes and feels a little different from the type Yan Xiao cooks. Please let me know if there's...
Okay.
That's... Alrighty, we should head back now. sense of time, Paimon will let you know what your dessert is all Paimon's.
Sorry to keep everyone waiting.
No worries, we're all just chatting here. There's no whether we're chatting outside or inside, it's all the same.
Paimon's too busy eating to talk to you.
But even though we're all well acquainted by now, I think this festive gathering deserves something.
Oh? Is this some...
Nope. This is something I made up so that good luck will be on our side. Spontaneity is the best choice to make here. Let's use this incense burner on the table. It's been lit for so long now that the incense is running out. I'll leave refilling and lighting the incense. To the most, lighting the incense will signify continuous growth.
I see. Perfect. And speaking of the most distinguished guest here today, I'm sure we all agree that it's Mr. Zhongli. I'm not very familiar with the details of his past deeds, but chatting with him has been a real eye-opener. Even for a bard who has traveled if knowledge were a form of power, one could even say that you're a wield.
But when it comes to having a way with words, the notable bard is I just happen to have a good memory. It is such an unexceptional skill, yet you made it sound like an unparalleled talent. I am truly impressed. Since we all get to nominate someone, I think it's only fair that we let the parlor director light the incense.
Huh? That won't do. We are looking for the most distinguished guest here. As the host, now that we've enjoyed this table full of delicacies, how about we let our one and only chef...
Is this really the way this works?
It's not a big... Just look at her. Xiangling, the disciple of an adeptus, the stove god's best companion, the winner of the Masterful Chef's competition. The only heir of the famous One Mean restaurant. A good old friend of mine. There's no better choice.
Why does Paimon feel like we're back at square one again? Please stop! You're making me... If we're looking for a distinguished guest, surely the second son of the Feyun Commerce Guild counts. It's one of the largest commerce guilds in Liyue Harbor.
Huh? Don't get me involved.
Oh, not a bad choice. With the Commerce Guild's young master lighting the incense, we're all sure to...
That's not how it works. Making a fortune is indeed a fine wish, but it's of lesser importance than good, which means we should choose Chongyun, the skilled exorcist who...
Huh? I can't be the one when we have the Adeptus Xiao has the most seniority among everyone here today.
I refuse. I am most certainly not the most distinguished guest here. You should all be able to make the right judgment based on your observation. One person here is well acquainted with everyone else.
Oh, that's right! Even though you're always mocking Paimon, you're still pretty popular. No, wait! Paimon said she wouldn't talk to you again. Huh? Who else is there? Huh? Does that mean... Oh, well, that was unexpected!
I agree. Paimon's just the one without a friend constantly by your side. But once you have someone there to brighten up...
The traveler has traversed many nations and left behind a great deal of fascinating stories. But without Paimon plays an indispensable role in making...
You guys... Paimon's not you... those were genuine compliments. Thank you. You made Paimon wait for a long time, but...
Don't take everything to heart, Paimon. Friends tease each other all...
That means Paimon is as important to the traveler.
Looks like we've come to an agreement.
I trust the travelers.
Then Paimon it is. And now, the world's most excellent traveler's greatest companion, guide, and friend, Paimon, will be refilling and lighting the incense for... Here you go. Take the match. And don't burn yourself. But if things go really wrong, here's the 2-for-1 coupon. getting late. I won't take up any more of your time.
Yep,
You don't have to go all polite on me. Just remember... It's dark out, so I'm going to accompany Xiangling, Xingqiu, and Changyun back home.
No need. I'm headed towards the harbor to meet a friend on the ship. There's no need. I think you know the place I'm talking about. Come meet me. It was great getting to know you all. Let's meet again when the
Bye! Oh, we should write poetry together. We'll catch you all later then. Don't forget to return to the parlor later.
Understood. See you later.
Rex Lapis.
Just Jean. I live as a mortal in Liu Harbor now. If we were to consider status and seniority as Zhongli, I should...
Heaven forbid. Not you too.
I heard that during the Lantern Rite Music Festival, you conferred with Streetward Rambler and Cloud Retainer. I take it as you've gained the same truth will sound different coming from different people. As more bear witness to a story, I once had a pleasant chat about the past and present with a Sumeru scholar named Soraya, and learned from the evidence she found and the conclusion she made. Her area of... But there are multiple sides to human. In the legends recorded by humans, some gods were depicted as arrogant and condescending. But whether to me, Streetward Rambler, Cloud Retainer, or younger adepti such as Shao and Ganyu, those adepti and gods that may seem extraordinary to humans, this was as true back then as just how Shao may seem unapproachable to most. So there's no need to dwell too much on certain things.
Zhongli.
It looks like you understood what... the director asked me to accompany you on your return. But I don't think you'll need my protection. After that, it'll be time for me to go back and meet up with the director.
Bye, Zhongli. Everyone's gone. Paimon always feels a little empty inside when a lively... Which, at least you always... No. Paimon got it mixed up. Paimon, the best and most... Good that you're... Shell, is there anything else you want to do?
No need. I've stayed here for much longer than I had expected. The events of today occurred so abruptly. Okay, I'll...
enough procrastinating. Let's go.
Everyone hold hands!
Right now, emerge. With sword comes shadow. Go as one!
Hey!
Right here. Don't blink! Hey! Ha!
Everyone hold hands!
Speed of light! Got lucky that time. Right now. Right here. Right now.
Fellow gambler.
I see everything!
Right here. Emerge.
Trouble.
Right now.
Following orders.
Everyone hold hands.
Just following orders.
Welcome.
Right here. Cut to the chase. Don't blink. Hey!
Wind, hear me.
In adventuring, as in business, you always have to seize the opportunity while it's there.
Alright, I guess I'll go with my textual criticism and your editorial direction for the first draft. I have a feeling that the missing Kabuki Mono will end up being the main... Ugh, if only we knew where to find that traveler. From what they say about him, this seems like the kind of thing he'd know about.
Oh, you're the traveler, you say?
Hey, what's with that face? Don't believe us?
No, of course I believe you. Actually, I first heard about your great exploits when I was still in This is my first time coming face to face with you and your mysterious silver-haired companion. I couldn't believe my luck, and out of force of habit, I started, examining the evidence. Sorry.
Oh, Sawada, for the love of... Sorry, we don't get out much, so our social skills are kind of... Traveler, I hear you've helped many people a great deal and been to many
Actually, we don't know much about that place either. In fact, we only came over here because we heard you talking about it.
My teacher chose this area of research as a personal challenge. He said it's difficult to get into because even Inazumans don't know much about Tatarasuna's past.
If you don't mind, I'd love to show you all my outline for the book.
Hold on, Sawada. Don't you think that's a bit of a deep...
Well, fair point. In that case, please ease yourselves in gently by...
Let me give you some background. This all started with the discovery of some records in Tatarasuna. The writings mentioned someone by the name of Mikoshi Nagamasa, but in the end, he threw it into a fire to destroy it, and killed his Apart from the swordmaker, his servant, and the one who wrote this all down, the records also mention a Kabuki Mono. This seems to be an Inazuman word for an eccentric stranger, someone who dresses funny or acts...
That's right. Akaba's teacher has spent quite some time researching these events on the ground. This Kabuki Mono lived in Tatarasuna for a while before
So first this strange person goes missing, then a murder happens?
Yes, my thoughts exactly. So I helped out too. I asked everyone I could think of if they knew anything about what happened back then.
Stop shouting!
This part's important. I just wanted to make it... It just so happens that a friend of mine works at the Government Records Office. He looked into it for me, and I can now confirm that all the aforementioned individuals did, in fact, live in Inazuma over 400 years ago. Even back then, Tatarasuna was already at the center of Inazuma's smelting industry. The man in charge was a government official named
Wait, so there are two missing?
That's right! What's more, Niwa is a name with a lot of history to it. Have you ever heard of...
Oh, the swordsmiths? Yeah, like Ishin art?
Wow, yes. You really know your stuff. That makes things easier. So basically, this Niwa was a distant relative of the Kaidahara clan. Something then seems to have happened in the Kaidahara clan, leading to their downfall. I don't know the details, but taken in light of everything else going on around that time, it makes you wonder whether it...
The Kaidahara?
Sawada, you left out the biggest detail...
Oh, yes, of course. How could I forget? Brace your minds, ladies and gents, for they are about to be blown. Or maybe you won't believe your ears.
Get to the point.
According to information acquired by Akaba's teacher, the Kabuki Mono was not a
puppet?
Aha! Judging by the looks on your face...
No! Paimon just meant... how creepy! The way you
I agree, it does. But considering that non-human races in Inazuma are by no means uncommon, spooky events...
Oh, and please read my... Sawada was encouraged... Oh, how about if I pluck...
Wait! You're allowed to just make stuff up?
Akaba, look, your teacher... Besides, if there really was a political power...
Good point. Okay, back to the drawing board, I guess.
We have some other stuff to do, so we'll have to sit...
All right, thank you.
Hey, so that thing they were talking about, okay, Then, even if we did know something about it, after all, we kicked his butt and got him locked up. Information about people, but if you ask Paimon, Akaba should just pick a different topic. There must be as many essay topics as there are trees in the forest. Hey, did you see that? He literally just went by, over there. It looked like... the Balladeer! No, it can't have been. He got locked up. Oh, quick, let's catch up and see. Traveler, Paimon, there you are. Nahida! Bad news. We just saw the ballad. Did he escape or...
Sure enough.
Hey! What are you doing in the sanctuary of Sarasthana? I know you must have a lot of questions. It was my idea to set the Balladeer free. A deal?
What did you expect? Why do you think Sumeru would keep me around otherwise? Or maybe killing me is all you can think about. But if that's the case, why haven't you done it already?
Don't flatter yourself. It was... Nahida said there's still some mysteries in...
So if it were up to you, you'd finish the job? Guess I had you all wrong.
Well, that escalated quickly. Not a good start. But Paimon's worried about you.
It's not every day you see people questioning the God of Wisdom's judgment.
Don't you dare try to drive him! As long as the terms are reasonable, I don't think there's a problem in making a deal.
Well, I for one have no reason to doubt you.
Yes, one in which I gained valuable information. You'll come to understand the Balladeer's power was all but completely spent after your battle. He's no longer strong enough to be a strategic threat to us. That puts... Plus, he's a former Harbinger with knowledge of many of the Fatui's sensitive secrets. Being stuck here in Sumeru could make him a sitting duck, depending on... Wait a second. Former? You mean... I take no pleasure in saying this, but... It seems as if the doctor had no intention of welcoming back a loser.
Sometimes it's you using them, other times it's them using you. Most human relationships are this way. Certainly. So as long as you have some value to offer, nobody will ever... Well, if the Fatui are gonna reevaluate my utility...
As we discussed, I don't like causing harm to living beings, and you said you need protection.
I think these two have made their objection to that idea fairly clear. Don't you?
Yeah, obviously! Then let's put that discussion to the side for... Today can be a trial run. Where we go from here will depend on...
Alright, then I'll do...
Good. Go now, and keep in touch. Nahida, are you... Yes. I have my reasons for this decision. In fact, I'm large... Yes. As I told you... Oh, yeah. Actually, that's the whole reason we came to see you today. You may remember me mentioning that the Fatui had not included your twins' details in the Descender category. It's possible that the Fatui have other information that even I don't know about. And since the Balladeer used to be one of them, he was granted the power to connect with Irminsul when he almost became the god of a new era. Even though he no longer has the Gnosis, some traces of its power remain in him. The amount of information in Irminsul is vast beyond description. Sifting through so I asked the Balladeer to search in Irminsul for any information about the Descenders. Exactly! Or what if... I understand. But how things will go in the future depends on what information he brings back. Our minds have connected several times before. There is a corner of your heart reserved for an intent. As Sumeru's deity, it is my responsibility to be on guard against the If this deal with the Balladeer can give you the answers you've been longing to find, it's my pleasure, really.
Paimon's still worried about...
I was going to contact you about that, but then you suddenly showed up on your own. In fact, I was going to ask you to supervise the Balladeer, even though he only has a fraction of his full power left. That's still a fraction of a... Of course, I'll be there to help guide you through Irminsul from... Great. Prepare yourselves. I'm go...
Wow, it looks pretty different here compared to last time. The colors are gentler. Guess that must be...
Look at that. Hot on my heels. You know, you didn't have to cut your catch-up short just to keep me company. Oh, but I guess you...
Shut your beak, jailbird! No way a prisoner gets to be so smug!
I understand that prisoners have to put up with harassment from the guards. But right now, I'm on temporary release. So maybe you should think about backing off a little.
Sounds like a successful rendezvous. I need to be quite clear about something. In a few moments, unlike anywhere else, Irminsul's inner region consists... I know there are many grievances between you on both...
Fine, let's call it truce.
Let's cut each other a little... Per my agreement with Lesser Lord Kusanali, I'll be at the front.
You sure are confident. Paimon will give you that.
If there are no further objections, or did you need some time to mentally prepare yourselves?
Ew! Ugh, the snark on this guy!
We can start now.
Irminsul access granted.
Is this a small sapling? Oh, darn it! Come on, let's catch up with him. Wow. So this is... Ooh. Paimon's never...
Irminsul is closely intertwined with the entirety of Tevat. Every bit of information float, pick your jaws up off the floor.
Why is it that Paimon just wants to do the opposite of...
Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Can you still sense for the heart of Irmin?
Yes. Permission to begin searching...
Permission granted.
Let's go. Stay...
Hey, so... Say we did go running off in here. What are you smirking?
I was just imagining the look on your travel companion's face if you... Anything's possible in here. You can't rule anything out. So if you want...
These sapling things have spread out.
Those are all packets of information from inside Irminsul. Be careful not to touch them.
It looks the same in every direction. No wonder he mentioned about getting lost. Huh. What do you know? He was actually telling the truth.
Is he mocking me again? What is it this time?
There's a time and a place to lie, but this definitely isn't it. So why don't you relax your guard a little? We're here.
What a huge tree!
Lesser Lord Kusanali,
Good, you made it.
ready when you are.
Then please begin. Preparing to access cognitive currents. Establishing waypoint. The Balladier's actually doing what Nahida tells him. Guess he... The rest is up to you. If you just...
Will do.
Huh. For once, we're the one... Traveler, Paimon. Yes, I've also invited... Huh? What the... We can talk to each other inside our heads? That's part of it. Plus, we're all friends. There's nothing... Paimon's never tried this before. So, Paimon's been wanting to ask you something. Don't you think the Balladier's a bit of a walking contradiction? He's always talking back, but he seems to listen to... As I've told you before, there are still some mysteries for him to resolve. Things that are clear as day to me, but that he has yet to understand. Perhaps today will be the day that he finds some... Well done. Smart. So, you made contact with that part of his mind. Huh. Paimon thought nothing could get under that guy's skin. Turns out, he can get hurt. Everyone has a history, Paimon. Even if you're a puppet. Speaking of puppets, we ran into two people at the Academia today talking about an essay. Turns out their topic was about the Tatarasuna incident. If you mean the mysterious events, the Kabuki Mono... Really? Because from what they were saying, it sounded like lots of Tatarasuna's history is still unexplained. And most of the Oh? How interesting. Those two managed to... So the Gese got it right? Well, they guessed right about one thing.
Must be a riveting conversation you three are having. Funny how all the good ones happen when I'm not... Don't insult me. You're having a private conversation without me. Obviously, I must be the topic of said conversation. Of course you do. You can't have your prisoner knowing to...
So...
Still looking. Don't get your hopes up, though. You and your twin come from outside this world. It wouldn't surprise me if there was nothing on either of you in Irminsul.
Wait! How did you know about that?
It's not like we've never met before. And anyway, you're world famous. It'd be more surprising if I didn't know a few things about you. Right now, we have to keep the peace. I'm not interested in creating more misery for myself and making cordial conversation. Huh?
This light. It looks similar to the...
Anonymous data.
Hey! Don't you forget the agreement! You...
Shh!
Mr. Niwa, are you certain this is worth the risk? We are talking about Tatarasuna's furnace, after all.
There's no one else who can enter the furnace.
Is that so?
It's...
Whoa!
I have been in Tatarasuna for some time now. You have shown me great hospitality, as has Mikoshi Nak. Under your leadership, Tatarasuna is a warm, welcoming place, like a giant village. As I understand, the forging industry with crystal marrow as a raw material has since Skills, blood, dreams. Every smith brought into this trade look.
Yes, well, were it not for you coming to Inazuma and happening to make you allowed Akame to take all the credit for him. Even now, you
flatter me.
So you say, Escher.
My good sir.
I tried to resist thinking it was all connected. Because I didn't want to. What have we gained from adopting your new technology? Ominous black smoke? Mounting production problems? And recently, as you well know, someone died because of that strange filth inside the furnace. None of the people who went out to get help have come back. Now, our mutual. But that doesn't faze you, does it, Escher?
I'm just surprised that you finally chose to be so sincere.
Mikoshi Naga.
After all, Naga. Why, Mr. Niwa?
Enough, Escher. I'm here because an evil force is raging inside. I'm in charge here.
Judging from the look in your eyes.
Drop the act. We're past that now. Whoever you are, I just want to know what you're still doing here. What's left? Don't you have all your answers by now?
Honestly, I'm just waiting for the right moment. A moment like this, where you finish talking and I
You!
You're a little smarter than I initially gave you. I thought I'd disguise myself exceptionally well. It's a long journey, and yet, despite all of that, you still fail to realize my true identity. And what I
If you kill me, there's no one who can.
Oh, but you're quite wrong. There is one other person. Some may not see him as a person, but you.
Whoever you're working for won't get away with this.
It's no trouble at all. If you must know, I'm happy to devote.
The Fatui?
Just to create a. My.
That's it. That.
Look how even the righteous soul is filled. My device functions precisely as you say. It is easier for a person to be possessed by evil spirits when they are filled with hate. So give in to your. Make no mistake, even without you, that pure, innocent puppet would only end up being used by someone else.
He has nothing to prove to anyone.
What a beautiful way to see the world. It almost makes me think of me as a monster. I say, Mr. Niwa, let's see what happens. Will your puppet, Mr. Niwa? Jester, I have completed the task you gave me. Creating a gap and infiltrating Inazuma's inner. I'd like to introduce a puppet to you. If he proves.
Hey!
Dottore. Good.
Was that the doctor? Did he turn into a But why did... When I touched the doctor to confirm whether he'd eliminated all his segments, I read this memory in his mind.
Maybe so.
Does it? But this memory shows that Niwa didn't betray you. He never meant for... You know very well what that means. Let's give him some space. You need to give him some time to process his emotions. I'm still confused about the Tatarasuna incident. So nobody has ever deceived you like that, Paimon. It's not... So now you have the complete picture. Katsuragi, it was all a horrific experiment planned by the doctor. Of all the unwitting participants in the doctor's... After the events you just saw in that memory, the load was far beyond what he expected, but the balladeer survived. He left the furnace in sheer exhaustion and said to the mechanic answered. Niwa fled this place for fear the mechanic removed the withered heart from the device. The balladeer was stunned that such unthinkable cruelty he thought Niwa had completely betrayed.
Holy moly. So the doctor killed an
Yes. Only if...
Dottore, you brazen-faced... Niwa didn't run from justice. You killed him!
Shall we see how he's doing? Hey, you alright? That's a scary expression.
Are you worried about me? If we didn't have such a history, it won't.
Hey, aren't you investigating the stuff we...
That's why we're here. But unfortunately, there's no information about the Descenders.
Even if you can't find anything, that seems to confirm it. Irminsul does not keep records on the Descenders. Anyone who comes from beyond this world is not counted.
Oh, does that mean we have to leave empty-handed?
Don't thank me just yet. You look really upset. Well, since Irminsul was a dead end...
Huh?
The reason why there are records about your sister in Irminsul. It might have something to do with Conria. Apparently, Conria was her first destination when she arrived. Plus, she only came to this world because the heavens responded to the summoning.
The heavens respond?
The jester told me this himself. You can take his word on this. He was a royal mage in Conria, and lived with your sister for a time. I don't know the details. It's up to you whether you want to believe me. All I can say, did you get all that?
Yes.
Does this info count towards my mission? It wasn't...
Very valid.
Good. In that case, I'll take some time.
Huh? What have you...
Lesser Lord Kusanali was right. My power's all but completely spent. Even if I use all of the divine power left in, I shared a secret with you. And now you owe me. So in return, I'd like you to answer a question. Give me your... Can you hear my voice and... No, I can't do anything like that anymore. At most. So tell me, in this world, is it possible to change the past? Done.
Huh? What happened?
Nothing. I was just thinking. So long. I suggest you get yourself...
Where are you going? Hey, wait up! Didn't you say not to go running off?
Fast reaction time. But I don't think we'll be seeing each other again. From this day forth, the names Balladeer and Kabukimono will... Those who died in Tatarasuna because of me deserve another chance at life.
Hey, Balladeer! Don't do anything stupid!
You know, I never did like insects. Hordes of the puny things but if a colony of harmless ants isn't threatening anyone, I guess they deserve to be left alone. Luckily, everything can be set right.
Balladeer! Uh-oh, he disappeared? Oh no!
Oh, can you hear?
Nihida!
Traveler, Paimon, Balladeer.
It was the Balladier's fault.
I didn't think he'd be capable of something like that with so little power left. Did he keep some of his power hidden when he was defeated? Or did he...
Where the heck did he go?
Don't be. We're running out of time. We're out! And we're at, an inn or something?
This is an emergency. I'll have to ask you to stay here for now. Everything's arranged, and nobody will disturb you. I'm sorry, but this isn't something I need your help with. Leave this one to me.
An emergency? How bad is it? Nahida, will you be okay?
Don't worry. If my assessment is correct, though there may be some minor disturbances, it won't lead to a disaster. Please rest and recover your strength here until I say it's safe.
Her voice has gone. Paimon can't shake the feeling that something really big has happened. What do you think the Balladeer meant? And why did he suddenly grab onto you before? He wants to change the past? But surely that's impossible! Right! You can't just rewrite history! All that stuff, it's like... Imagine Paimon drank all the water in this inn. Even if no one was there to see it, Paimon would sure as heck remember drinking... So, why does Paimon still have a bad... Ooh, Paimon's so confused. Huh? Ah! Sorry, Paimon accidentally... but erasing yourself from history? It's unthinkable. Is that really possible in Irminsul? Uh-oh. Paimon's had it with that little brat. There's no way he'll actually succeed, right? There's nothing we can do about it at this point. Hey, have you got any ideas on what we should do next? Seems like now there's nothing left for us to do but to go to sleep. But, Paimon, so, how about, we list all our favorite foods to take our mind off things? Heck, if that doesn't work, Alright, Paimon will start. First dish, Andrean chili chicken! Also, Adeptus Temptation gold... What do we... Paimon was, talking? Huh. Paimon suddenly can't remember what... Is that a food too? What's wrong? Your eyes are like saucers. Was it something Paimon said? So, the Balladeer. Is that someone's... Okay, sure. Where are we going? Huh? Fine by Paimon, but is everything okay? You're acting like... it to Amanuma Smithy!
Ah, it's been a while. Of course. Go ahead. Oh. Now there's a question I wasn't expecting. Very well. I'll tell you what I know once more. The once renowned Raiden Gokuden, comprised of 5 branches. Amenoma, Futsu, Ishin, Hyakume, and Senju. The art of forging practiced by these 5 clans was first taught to them personally, most of the great swordsmith clans of old. But fortunately, Kaedehara Kazuha recently returned to Inazuma and took up the mantle of the Ishin. If my memory serves me right, you yourself were present.
Oh yeah, we were! We learned a bit about the decline of the Raiden Gokuden then.
That, in fact, this was not made known to me for most of my life. All these years, I knew of the... He told me that, as we are both heirs to a branch of the Raiden Gokuden, there is no harm in telling you. The Raiden Gokuden were the targets of a...
Vengeful?
400 years ago, so I'm told, there was a catastrophic malfunction in Tatarasuna's furnace. Tatarasuna was home to a state-of-the-art forging and smelting operation in that day. And overseeing it, knowing that they had just one chance to save countless lives, Mr. Niwa and the swordsmith leaped together. The smith's death, though heroic, in his heart, the whole of powerless and destitute, alas. If finally, in his fury, he murdered. But when he came to the Kaedehara and Kamisato clans, that is why the Kaedehara clan and their Ishin...
Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Kazuha? Why, yes. Just yes. My pleasure.
Don't tell Paimon. There are other places you want to visit too, right? On to the next...
Okay.
Traveler, it's been a while. If you're looking for the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato...
Are they out on business?
The Commissioner is out on business, and Miss Kamisato is standing in for some...
What do you think? Shall we go in?
If it were anyone else, I couldn't allow it. But...
We'll be heading in then.
Hello, dears. Is that... Of course... What would you like to know? Oh, they're both very well indeed. As for the
So pretty much business...
Very much...
Well, got any more questions?
You're very well, Miss Kami. I must say... Whenever the commissioner, they say, they get to talking up. Miss Kamisato occasionally joins the... It's been many years now since the late Mr. and Mrs. Kamisato passed away. As someone who is so In the future, if you ever do have the time. Wonderful.
Paimon likes it here. Paimon's itching to try it.
Of course.
Alright, goodbye for now. We're great. Goodbye, ma'am. Don't worry.
All right.
Oh, are you two leaving already?
Yep.
Very well.
Well,
Do my eyes deceive?
Xavier? What are you doing?
I was in the general area, and now I'm in this specific area.
We have some questions and thought you might be able to help.
Certainly do. If there's anything you want to know, just ask away. Like the back of... Not only that, but I've met people in Inazuma. Oh, well, I'm told that its history is one of the most...
A couple?
One was just in the last few years. They say he was a mechanic.
Hey, weren't you gonna ask Xavier something about Tatarasuna?
Oh, I didn't...
Me neither.
What brought this on? Did you just... Sure, go ahead. A kabuki mono. I do know the word. Inazuman for those eccentric... But sadly, I've never... Of course!
Oh, we're leaving?
Oh, you're most... Farewell.
Looks like you got all the information you're looking for. Sure. Keep your smile, Spinal Crocodile. Come on. All right.
Hey, it's them!
Akaba, Sawada, you're still here?
Indeed we are. If you have a...
We have time. What do you want?
It's the same topic we discussed last...
Still looking for more info about Tatarasuna, huh?
Unfortunately, we haven't made any real progress. Huh?
I presume you'll want to read mine as...
Well, what do you think?
Hey, Traveler, remember how last time Akaba was...
What did you find out?
It's a long story.
Wow, so many.
Well. Ugh.
This new one.
Yes, okay.
And they're back at it.
Oh, so...
You're welcome.
Keep us in the loop.
Will do. Nahida, we're here! Traveler, Paimon. Ugh, where to start? Paimon hasn't had a moment's rest this whole time. That night, we ended up... The balladeer? You look troubled. Traveler? Hey, what's wrong? You look... That's quite a story. So, this puppet known as the balladeer, but how was he as the traveler said? He very nearly became Sumeru's deity. Admittedly, I remember it nevertheless. It does make sense. If someone were to successfully... So, you believe this person really existed, and we just don't remember him because... Yes. Theoretically speaking, it is possible to do this. The traveler comes from a world beyond to that. That's why there's no information about him in Irminsul, and so if there's anyone in the world capable of retaining memories from a past that has been rewritten, it's you. It's... Paimon's having a hard time understanding this balladeer, guys. I can only make inferences based on the information. Something else worrying you? Something that you can't share? It couldn't change the fate of the ones who had died. Once the balladeer realized he hadn't been betrayed after all, he couldn't keep hating you. The story makes sense. The balladeer tried to achieve that power then and it... Yeah, it does. It just feels so hopeless. Please wait a moment. Found it. This should be the one. It turns out that I have a strange way of... What is it? A record from a personal collection. You should take a look. Is this a fairy tale? I authored this record myself. Huh? You wrote a fairy tale? When combined with the traveler's narrative, it's clear that this story is an allegory. Hold on. So this record serves... Yes. Any information about the balladeer or the kabuki mono and other records will have been changed. Changing the information, but Irminsul can't change information that was well hidden in advance. I guess I must have written this story as a That's incredible! And sending the traveler into Irminsul with the balladeer must have been a further precaution. This story is abstract enough that it still resonates, but if we connect all the different pieces together, the true story that emerges is the one... There was once a lone monster draped in once in a while. But the monster soon, the kitten too, would... Furious at this, a gray fox stood. The monster smiled. The monster gave. The fire was The two promised they would spend their whole lives together, but the little bird did not have long left to live. It passed away soon after. Never again would how it wish to swallow. I will become the new...
We solved it!
I remember now. This is not just the Balladeer story. To become a god, he was this memory was extracted from him by the scholar, creating I buried it.
It's hard to believe that this Paimon has no memory of it.
The Balladeer agreed to help before he vanished. We still don't know how to change the ermine, so...
It sounds like Paimon wanna...
This is why wisdom will... So the answer is not when you give someone the truth, you give them to others looking on. Never forget that and that is what you have been...
Yeah, Nahita's right.
Good idea.
You got it. Come on. Let's go get a snack for one of the stalls in the Grand Bazaar. That'll be sure to lift our spirits. It must be really tough being the only one who remembers all that. But Paimon's always here to help cheer you up.
What's so great about Snezhnayan toys anyway?
We're here! What should we eat first? Hey, are you gonna answer or what? Alright, whatever you want. Well, Paimon will be right here when you figured stuff out. Then we can... What is it? Have you figured it all out? Why'd you jump up?
Excuse me, boss. There seems to be a small problem with the last bill. Look.
Hey! Hey, wait!
Hmm? You mean me?
No, not you. That kid. Didn't you see? Look, if you're gonna help out here, you can't keep spacing out, okay? What is it? Work?
I wasn't paying close enough attention. I think you're right. Maybe it's the city.
Who's that guy? You know him or something? He's who?
You're a strange one, kiddo. You say you don't want any money for helping out here, and then when I actually give you some work to do, you keep... I don't want to take advantage, so I'm happy to pay you what I'd pay anyone else. But if you keep acting like this...
No, please. I mean it. You don't need to pay me anything. I'm just...
You're welcome, I guess. But
leave it to me. I'll find...
Stop. You don't want money.
That's right. We can talk more about that later. First...
Hey, what do we do now? Okay, stay out of sight.
Yeah, this'll do.
Even though you say he's the balladeer, what are we planning on doing? Stealing his Sunsetias? Isn't that a bit too cruel? Oh, alright.
This should be enough. Guess I should wash them before I take... Huh? You two over there. Is there some... You've been following me all the way from the city. I'd have to be blind not to notice. No, we haven't met. I have no recollection.
Are you absolutely...
Sorry, but I just can't take your word for it.
A puppet?
Huh?
You're right! The look on his face!
I guess you do know me after all. That is not something I share with the Look, I'm just a wanderer. But seeing as you've gone through all this trouble to track me down, I'm sure... Okay, but please let me
Are you really working for that guy? He said you don't...
Yes, I ran into him out in the wilderness during a storm. And he let me take shelter in his cart.
That's oddly...
Let me take these back. Then I'll come with you.
Then let's return to the city...
Here you go, boss. I'll leave them right here.
Oh, you really went and picked...
Something's come up, and they need to borrow me. Sorry, but...
I was just about to pay you anyway.
What?
I get it, okay? You just want... But look, it was pouring... Imagine you and me. But anyway, taking you in didn't put me out even slightly. You don't owe me a thing for it.
But I don't... No. Then I suppose this is where we say goodbye.
Don't mention it, kiddo. I've run into all...
Thank you. All right, done.
Speed of light! Vegeta! Vegeta! What's wrong? Huh? Are you?
Hello. I do apologize.
We found this guy in the street, but he doesn't seem to remember anything. You say that you are trekking across Teyvat to train yourself. Many other Inazumans who describe themselves in this way call themselves Shugenja. Why do you refer to yourself as a wanderer?
Well, it seems... But these two claim that they know me, and that I have a hidden past unknown even to myself.
I wouldn't call it the past, but I don't like to rely on using terms like this often. But in your... Oh, like a past? Yes. Something far more distant than the...
Okay, I have to ask. You want to tell me, but you can't bring yourselves to say it. Looks like I didn't have... If it's that difficult to talk about, but I'll be able to handle it. Please.
Is truth something you can't...
Yes.
Then I'll be straight with you. In your previous... You nearly died because of what other people did. And many died because of you. You drifted from place to... Actions rooted in persistence, sometimes...
I gave everything I had. But...
In terms of the outcome alone...
I don't think I can judge everything I've heard purely in terms of each choice a person makes belongs to a
That is the nature of truth.
It seems like my previous incarnation...
We're not trying to hurt your feelings.
If we were enemies, why are you...
This is so frustrating! This guy, he's got so much to answer for.
Lesser Lord Kusanali, as the god of...
Yes, it's all true.
Please, I want to see them for my...
Even though it will cause your present self...
I'm just a puppet.
Very well. Wait, shouldn't we...
Don't worry.
Traveler, could I ask you to supervise... Oh, good point.
Understood.
Thank you. This looks like Ina's... Right now, you're in a dream I created using these memories will show you the... Sounds like an immersive experience.
You don't need to do this for me.
We never give up halfway.
All right.
Wanderer, is that because you...
I hear footsteps.
This place is... No, there's... You're awake! Huh.
This man and the rest is history. In the original...
Let me get you out.
During the Tatarasuna incident, Niwa was murdered by the doctor, disguised as the second, but Katsuragi seems like he was a good guy.
He looks like a warrior, but he has a kind face. Why couldn't he live a long and happy life?
Nagamasa, I found this young guy in a cave sealed off by a landslide. He doesn't remember his name.
Well, we need to call you something. I hear the workers are calling you the Kabuki Mono.
That's fine with me.
Katsuragi, report to Niwa. Tell him we have someone new joining us.
Huh? What are we doing back here? Whoa, this is where you were born? It's pretty, but...
I was abandoned. Like...
Okay, I heard my mom and dad, he kept
But you can't...
Yup. This child did after leaving just... What happened to the... He died from it.
Hey! What's wrong? Say something! You promised me we could be family! The voices of God.
Let's keep going.
You do realize you're blocking my path.
I come not to obstruct you. I've been waiting. What you are truly is a weapon. One that could be wielded with an iron will. Or you could continue to drift aimlessly.
Are you trying to win me over?
Long-fated rebellion has begun. Why not take your place at the banquet and join those who shall feast?
Time to fulfill my duty! No slacking off!
Don't be a killjoy! We've only just begun!
Speed of light! Hey!
Looks like I went too far.
This place is dark.
Paimon knows this place. It's the in the original. Such a creepy atmosphere. Hey, look over there.
Well, well, my fair lady. Is this rundown factory and these incompetent fools all for me? Wow. You shouldn't have.
Huh. What do you have to gain from belittling your subordinates? You might not want to admit it, but you are a part of this plan. Perhaps you find fighting in the abyss to be a more meaningful use of your time? Oh, but of course, even this pales in comparison to being experimented on by the doctor.
What a sharp tongue you have. Funny how negotiating never seems to be your strong suit. For the task ahead, I suggest you keep your...
Save your breath.
I'm sure you think so.
Surely you're not...
I just can't have...
I merely... Do you remember the last time you were here? That was a lot of swordsmiths you killed. I'm sure the descendants of the Rite and Gokaden are still Look at you. By then, see you at the victory feast.
Poor little tongue? Forget it. Someone might find me here any minute now.
The plot does not end here.
Yes.
Why are you staring at me in silence? Can't you think of a nicer way to express yourself?
I'm under no obligation to be nice to you. Besides, I thought nothing mattered to you except results in your own interests. Isn't that right, witch?
Muddle-headed puppet. You're only number 6 because you can take more abuse than other humans. Do you really count that as an asset?
You're about as much fun to be around as a raging inferno. But before we murder each other, it'd be best if we finish our duties.
No escape!
Barbados! Got this. Nothing lasts forever. Right here. Right now. Speed of light!
Looks like we've arrived in Sumeru. Is that?
Considering that Amorta's sage, Nafis, refused to join this project, I'll take part in the
Welcome. I look forward to a fruitful collaboration.
When do we start?
You seem impatient. You should know that becoming a god is far from a trivial affair.
The biological transformation is a lengthy process. As such, I too would recommend that we commence as soon as possible. In the event that a successful connection is established, his body will become permanently bound to the machine, and he will be unable to move independently of it.
Nothing worse than what I've been through before then, Doctor.
You were the most resilient test subject I ever came across. Thanks to you, I was able to garner a great deal of information. Alas, after that, you were under orders to remain in the abyss. We barely saw each other, and it became difficult to further refine the knowledge I had gained.
That was gracefully worded. Ever wonder what they'd think if they knew that nothing matters to you, apart from your crazy experiments?
I suggest you speak to me in a more respectful tone, Scaramouche. The mere fact of your utility does not make you indestructible.
The doctor again? That was uncomfortable to watch.
That person gives off a very sinister energy.
It's normal for him to give you the creeps. He scares the bejeebers out of Paimon. Let's move on.
You're a god. Do you think I'm evil?
If you accept that he is you, just as you are you, then yes, you are evil.
In your eyes, are there any differences between humans and puppets?
Do you think there are any differences between your present self and your previous and future incarnations? If not, then what are the differences between humans and puppets? Whoever has tasted the joys and sorrows of life in the human realm is human. Whoever has loved and lost, cried with grief, howled with rage at the tragedy of death that eclipses the miracle of life, they are human too.
I've seen enough of my past. If possible, I'd like to reclaim the sins that are mine to bear. No matter the consequences, I won't run from blame or punishment. Whatever I am due, let it come to pass. Can you return my memories to me?
Huh? But won't that mean you'll lose your current identity?
I've always believed that human lives follow a set of rules, with each person being a collection of past experiences. As a puppet living in a human world, my life is subject to the same rules.
Regaining your memories means reverting completely to your previous incarnation. All the emotions that you discarded will return to you. Are you sure you want to do this?
I've lived with a void in my chest my whole life. My creator didn't need me. And ever since I awoke, I've just drifted from one place to the next. But then I met you. And I finally realized that reclaiming my missing sins might be my one opportunity to become my true self. I've always felt I have an innate tendency to yearn for something more, in a way that goes deeper than for most people. So I beg you, grant me this opportunity to gain—
Very well. Since your mind is made up, I will return to you that which is yours. You have made your decision. Now, take this.
Set him free.
A puppet? What's he doing here? You're a human as far as I'm concerned.
Everyone's here. Wonderful.
What a fine blade. Nagamasa will be thrilled.
This is my... All worthless dross will be purged. That's why this won't be the end. This is trying my patience. You got any more stupid questions? Be more human! Relax. At my command, you shall fall. The wind rises. Insignificant past! My endless cycle begins! Too slow. Behold! Wretched vermin! Too slow. Insignificant past! The wind rises. Squall and fury. Feeble human. At my command, you shall fall. Behold. Insignificant past! The wind rises. Imbecile! Get out of my sight.
It disappeared?
What did you expect?
There's the tone of voice again. Wait, but it was you inside that thing too.
Sorry. I'm harsh on myself and everyone else. Just the way I... You sound like you're concerned, but don't worry. Thanks to you, even if I didn't change a thing...
The memory recovery seems to have been a success.
Come on.
Welcome back, traveler. It feels like... You don't like being addressed?
It's fine. But after learning about everything, I'm not planning on returning.
So, you're quitting the Fatui for good?
It's like you said, Lesser Lord Kusanali.
But that doesn't mean your own past...
Of course.
And your main goal, for which you gave up everything you had. You weren't able to achieve it. I hope you can... Changing the world, what you were looking for is complete annihilation. But this is just a fantasy. Even if the Balladeer is removed from existence.
Indeed.
Do you regret doing all that when you've gotten...
Even if I'm completely worthless, Lesser Lord Kusanali, you purposely left that information in Irminsul, didn't you?
Yes. And I took pains to make sure that...
Why would you go to such lengths?
In all honesty, your past experiences have made you a useful asset to Sumeru and to me. Winning you over wasn't... But before that...
Very clever.
I guess you could say that's one of...
Utility to others is what gives me worth. Sophin break... Oh, right. I almost forgot. Sorry if I have a slightly different perspective on things, but... I don't feel like I've been duped. The wisest leaders are...
I'm glad you're able to think of it in Traveler, including the beginning of your twins' journey recorded in Irminsul. What exactly happened before and after? I will try.
Traveler. After I dove into the information torrents in Irminsul, why did you... So that's how you found out whose fate had changed. Well, whatever your reasons... You did me a Borrowing and returning are the only real relationships between individuals.
That's not true. A relationship between two people is not simply a ledger that can be... I think deep down you realize this. People who show up in your life don't just evaporate like water drops and leave... Some things in this world, everything that you feel is real and... To be human is to live with imperfections.
But humans can't live without a heart, can they?
You understand what pain is perfectly well, even without a heart. The past is set in stone, but you can keep moving on.
Sounds like you've got a future planned out for me.
Everything's ended up being...
Then I guess I'll be helping you from behind the scenes from now on.
I'm glad that you've accepted our proposal.
Why?
Because... A name is life's first gift. You didn't see... The Traveler and Paimon have helped you a lot. If you can't decide on a new name...
No! Paimon only does nicknames! If it's a serious...
Have you got anything? Are you sure? Oh, all right.
There. Now you have a name of your own.
What about a nickname? Are you done? Take your time. I don't need to see you again. Everyone who manipulated me and made me.
You mean the fatigue?
The doctor.
Now that your stance has changed.
One more thing. There are still some descendants of the Rite and Gokuden living in Inazuma. Some of them know. I don't plan to leave Sumer, even though the events have.
I see. Huh?
It's fine. Let them stab their blades into my chest if they so desire. Alright. Goodbye, wise deity. And
He's gone. What he went through today would have been. Yeah, true. But even so we can finally go eat. Thank you both.
I've got it! I can.
You mean because.
Yeah! I heard the dark cloud then won all these life.